Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make an encryptor in Python. This is going to be for beginners, so it's going to be pretty basic. Essentially what we're going to do is take input from the user, a message, and then we're going to for loop through every single character of it, taking its binary value and modifying it, and then storing that in another variable, and then returning that to the user. We will add some things to this like a password, so let's get started. First, we're going to create some variables. The first one is going to be called encrypted. What this variable will store is the encrypted message, so once it's been taken from the user and then modified. So we're going to first just set this to empty. Next one is going to be decrypted. We're also going to add a part of this program which is going to decrypt the message. So we're going to set that also to empty. So these will be our variables. Next, we're going to create the part which is going to take input from the user for their message that they want encrypted. So this is going to take input from the user. We're going to do this by storing it in a variable called message. And this is going to be equal to input. And then you can type whatever you want. This is going to be the prompt that the user will see. So I'll just type enter a message. And I'm going to use this to create a new line so it just looks better. Now we're going to do the actual encryption of this. We're going to use a for loop. So we're going to use a for loop for this. We're going to do for character in message. So we're going to go character by character in the user's message, and we're going to edit the binary of it and then add it to this variable encrypted, which is right now empty. So we'll do this by doing encrypted plus equals, and then we're going to take the binary value of the character in the message, and then we're going to modify it. We might add or subtract or divide or do anything to it that will change it. So we'll do that by doing ord, which is short for order, and then this is going to be char character, and then you can do -20 for example. And then once that's done, that's just going to return the binary. We don't want that, we want char, chr, which is going to actually turn this binary into a character, like a letter. And then we want to print the encrypted message. So let's just try this and see if it's working alright. Enter a message, let's say hello. And this is what it returns. Clearly it's not what we put in. So that part of the program is working. Now we're going to decrypt it. So for that, we're actually going to do pretty much what we did to encrypt it. Just instead of taking away 20, we're going to add 20. Now think about it. The binary value of the encrypted character is going to be the same as whatever this was of the message, the original message that the user gave. It's just going to be 20 less. So if we add back 20, it should give back the same character. Let's try it. For character in encrypted decrypted. Now we're adding to this variable plus equals character. So we're going to turn whatever is in here into a character. The binary is going to be converted into a character. Ord char plus 20. Now let's run this. Oh, well first we're going to print this so we can actually see if it works. Print the decrypted. And let's run it. Enter a message, let's say hello. Oh, it looks like I've misspelled something. Decrypted let's see. Yeah, it looks like I have a misspelling here. That should work now. Enter a message, hello. And as you see, it takes this encrypted and it turns it back into the decrypted message. So now as you see, we could change whatever is here as long as we put the opposite in the decrypted section. So we could change whatever we put in the encrypted thing and then just put the reverse of that over here. So we could do plus 50 minus 60. Plus 50 minus 60. For example, over here we just have to write minus 50 plus 60. So you see that's the opposite. We're using the opposite operators. Now if we run this, you see the decryption and encryption both still work. So now we want to make it a bit more unique. How about we give the user a password and we use their password to edit the binary. We can do that by creating another variable called password and setting it to input from the user. So we can type here, enter a password for the prompt. Now we can take their password and we convert a string, which their password will be, into something that can be added or taken away from the binary of a character. So basically we need to turn it into a number. How can we do that? Well, what we could do is take every character of their password and then add the binary together and then add it or subtract it from their character. So let's do that. So we're going to over here add binary of the password. So how would we do this? Well, first we would need to create another variable that is going to be the sum of all this. So we'll create that, call it pass sum. Right now we're just going to set it to 0. So now let's do another for loop, and we're going to do for character in password, and this is the user password. We're going to again use plus equals, so we're going to do pass sum plus equals board. And now this function does take the binary of the character, and we're just going to add that to the pass sum variable. So we're just going to type here char, and then we're going to change this from adding 50 and subtracting 60 to just, let's say, adding the pass sum variable. So let's just write that pass sum. And then of course over here we're going to have to use the opposite operator. So subtract pass sum. Let's do that. And if we enter hello here, it's going to ask us for a password. Just write ABC for now. And you see, these are some strange characters because we're using higher values of binary, but we do end up decrypting it. Now, of course, the password should actually protect the encrypted message. So I challenge you to edit this program, take this code, it's in the description, and then make it so the program asks the user for the password, and then if the user enters the correct password, it decrypts it. And if the user enters an incorrect password, it just tells them incorrect password and then just prints the encrypted message. So you can paste your code in the comments or any other questions you might have about this program.